Hey guys, I look a hot mess. My baby is waking up, of course, right now. Hopefully he doesn't start crying. I was just going to sort of vlog today, not vlog because I'm not like following myself around, but just talk today. Oh, that's crooked. I was going to just sort of update you guys on how I'm doing postpartum and what that's been like, and tell you what true crime thing I'm in the midst of right now, listening to wise for my sake, which I might do a video on down the road. I don't know if you guys want a video of this. It's very interesting. It just popped up in my YouTube suggestions the other day, and now I can't stop listening to the podcast. First, I guess we'll talk postpartum. Now, I don't even know how far out. 2 months and like a week out. 2 months and 10 days out from having a baby. And let me tell you, postpartum hormones are very different than pregnancy hormones, at least in my experience. When I was pregnant and I got like hormonal, I would get either just filled with anxiety, or I would be like really angry. Like if me and my husband got into a fight, man, I would like rage, let me tell you. It was like I couldn't calm myself down. I would just get so angry that it would bring me to tears. Postpartum has been very different. It's like I still get the anxiety and all that, but I've had like a few anxiety attacks. I haven't had panic attacks. I've had panic attacks before when I was a teenager. Those were really bad, but like it's just like I get filled with anxiety to the point where I almost can't breathe. And I know it's so weird because you know logically everything's fine, and I know it's my hormones and I can't help it. I'm so much more sensitive than I've ever been in my life. I keep saying I miss my icy black heart because I have never been one to like cry over hardly anything. I am very logical and very like kind of cut off to emotion. A lot of that has to do with some of my upbringing, but I know how to shut off waterworks. I know how to shut off emotion. I know how to shut all that off. Very logical thinking person, very like just emotions I've never understood when people are controlled by their emotions. I've never understood it because I've never been that way. My brain just doesn't work like that. And all of a sudden it's like the tiniest little thing will happen. I mean, the itty bittiest little thing. And like someone makes a joke, or I'm already feeling a little bit anxious, and then my husband says something like sarcastic or something to me, which would normally be funny to me, or I wouldn't even like notice that he said it. And like I have to like go back in my bedroom for a minute because I'm about to start crying. Like, and then I can't stop it until I just let myself cry about it. It's the weirdest thing in the world. I don't understand it at all. I don't like it. I hate it. I'm just like way more emotional than I was when I was pregnant, way more sensitive to stuff. And it's not even like someone's making a comment about my body or anything like that. Like, I've lost all my baby weight. I was already heavy before I had the baby. I need to lose weight. Like, it's not that, you know what I mean? It's not like, oh, this is my post-pregnancy body and I look so bad. No, I looked like this before I got pregnant. Like, that doesn't bother me. But if I were like filled with anxiety maybe and having one of those moments and someone said something to me, like it could be the smallest thing too. It could be like, oh, I got you this shirt. Oh, I swore that was going to fit you, or something like that. It would be that, and it would like set me off for hours. Like, it's the weirdest feeling and I don't like it. I'm so ready for my hormones to like level out. Don't you start with me. But other than that, I'm doing very good. Just very emotional, and I'm ready for my heart to turn back into an icy black little heart. And it's really hard too, because looking at your baby, it's like, if I stare at him long enough, I'll just start crying, because I'm like, oh my God, what if anything happened to you? Or, oh my God, what if you're hungry and I'm like in the shower? Like, that'll set me off. Oh my God. If I hear him crying in another room and someone else is taking care of him and he's perfectly fine, I start crying because I feel horrible. I have so much guilt when he's perfectly fine. it's just like, it stresses me out so much. And of course I roll over 30 times a night to check if he's breathing, or my husband will wake me up because I'll have him next to my side of the bed because I work from home. So it's easier for me to sleep in the mornings. But my husband will wake me up and be like, he's coughing. Is he okay? You know, like we're just freaking out all night, even though he's already 2 months old. He's gotten so big. He's almost doubled his weight. I mean, he's doing great. He's eating great. I'm breastfeeding. That's going great. Couldn't ask for a better situation, but it's so emotional and I'm not like that at all. So that's been stressful. Next subject. Was going to talk about what I'm currently into true crime wise, which is the Alyssa Turney case. Yes, Alyssa Turney. Sorry, I had to make sure I was saying that right. For some reason, I thought Turney. If you have never heard of this case, oh my God, find a way to listen to the podcast. It's really easy. It's free. You know, if you've got an iPhone, you can listen to it there, Spotify, wherever. It's like available on, I think, everywhere you listen to podcasts. And it's called Voices for Justice. Now, on my YouTube, I had a recommendation pop up where these guys were just doing an interview with the sister of this girl who has been missing since, I don't even remember when, 2001. Yeah, 2001. She's been missing. And the sister basically... You okay, buddy? And then he starts laughing. He saw the ceiling fan, so he starts smiling. He's so cute. Well, the sister is pretty much convinced, and she was convinced by the police department investigating the case, that their father killed her sister. And her sister's body has never been found. She's never been found. And it is insane. And she has like confessions from her father on tape, basically saying that he did it. And like the gist of it is he treated that sister way differently than he treated all of his other kids, including the girl who does this. She always says she used to be a daddy's girl and all that, and she was like the last of the kids to figure out that he did this. All the other ones had already known or suspected. It's probably true that he sexually assaulted his daughter like multiple times, probably for years. And then one day she went missing, and then he told all kinds of neighbors different things about where she was, even though to them she was just completely missing. They called the police and everything. She has found out all kinds of stuff over the years. The police basically didn't do much about the case until 2008, I believe it was, 7 years after she went missing. And they really started deep diving into the father being the main suspect. And they came to this girl, Sarah. She's the one who does the podcast. She's the sister of Alyssa, who went missing. And they told her, "We think it's your dad." They went to his home, I believe, with like a warrant or something to search for stuff on the case. And they ended up finding all kinds of pipe bombs in his house. I think it was like 26 pipe bombs or something. And like a manifesto written about this place that supposedly fired him, but he actually quit from. Like, this is getting so deep, right? And he wrote this long manifesto about how this union or whatever was responsible for the death of his daughter or something. Like, he was like blaming them and saying he was going to do some terrorist attack to them. Then he goes to prison for like 10 years because of all the pipe bombs and, you know, the threats or whatever of terrorist activity. So the police come to the sister and they say, "We think it's your dad, but we don't want to bring it against him now, because then he could get like time served and not have to really serve much on the death of this girl, or the disappearance of this girl rather." And then they're like, as soon as he gets out, gets released, we're gonna prosecute him. Well, then he gets out, and then that police department gets like a whole change of people, and then the new people either don't have an interest in it or just aren't doing anything about it. And they say that she needs to gather media attention to ever bring it to trial. And then she starts investigating it. She interviews her dad. She gets confessions from her dad, brings it to the police, and they tell her, and apparently she has this on tape. I haven't gotten this far in the podcast yet, but they tell her, "He did not confess to us, so that means nothing." it's the craziest video. Like, it's the craziest podcast, the craziest story, and it's all true. And she's got all kinds of audio recordings and everything, and old home videos of suspicious stuff. But again, it's called Voices for Justice. If you are looking for something to listen to, there's hours and hours and hours of episodes on there. I think I'm like on the 4th or 5th episode right now, and I can't stop listening to it. I'm gonna go grab my baby before he starts screaming and feed him and take care of him, and then whatever. I'm sorry that this was all today was just me rambling, and then I'm probably started rambling 10,000 miles a minute because I'm trying to get this done before he freaks out. But that's all I have. If you guys like this video, which I don't think you would, but whatever, please hit the thumbs up button below. If you have any suggestions for videos, true crime or otherwise, please leave those in the comments below. I got it right this time, I think. If you want to see more videos, please hit the subscribe button. I upload new videos every Wednesday, and other than that, I will see you guys next week. Bye. I'm so glad I got that right.